Update 1.9 for World of Tanks contains several important changes. Reworked tech trees, collector's vehicles, increased hit points for low-tier vehicles, and balance changes to some of them. Also, Update 1.9 marks the start of a great celebration, the 10th anniversary of World of Tanks. The most noticeable feature of Update 1.9 is the new and improved tech trees. The user interface is now clearer and friendlier to understand. It is also easier to navigate the various and diverse vehicles. Heavy tanks have taken the central branch of the tree. Above them are tank destroyers, while medium tanks are below. Artillery is at the very top, and light tanks can be found at the bottom. Premium vehicles have been moved to their own special section. To see all available vehicles, just hover your mouse cursor over it. Perfectionists will surely like the fact that vehicles have been arranged according to the one-tier, one-column principle. The tech tree changes caused 4 Soviet and 8 British vehicles to switch tiers. 5 more vehicles, including the Crusader, changed classes. Also, some of the usual transitions between branches were changed for many tech trees, starting from Tier 5. You can find some new names among the familiar Soviet, American, and British vehicles. The BT-5, the T-6 Medium, and the Cavalier were needed for a more correct tech tree composition in their current state. The tech trees have changed so dramatically in part because 92 vehicles of different nations were relocated from the branches and became collector's vehicles, but none were removed from the game. The path to high-tier vehicles is now simpler. There is no more need to research a bunch of Tier 1 to 5 vehicles. Collector's vehicles can be found in the corresponding tab in the store. All vehicles are sorted by nation. You can find any specific vehicle in the tech tree window of the same nation as well. To purchase collector's vehicles of a certain tier, you need to research at least one vehicle of that nation and of the same tier. All vehicles are available for credits, so there is no need to spend experience to research them. Initially, collector's vehicles will start in their basic configuration, but you can research their modules and turn them into elite vehicles. It will be even easier to do so than with researchable vehicles because you won't have to research the next vehicle in the tree. The modules are the same as on the vehicles in the tech tree. If they have already been researched for other vehicles, then you simply have to mount them on the collector's vehicle. There is also a reward for completing vehicle collections of different nations, honorary ranks for true enthusiasts. The conversion to collector's vehicles happens according to certain principles. The conditions depend on many factors, but even the strictest rules have their exceptions. However, design decisions were made with player interests in mind and in their favor. You can learn more about all the nuances of the conversion to collector's vehicles in the detailed article on the game's website. In Update 1.9, all vehicles from Tier 1 to Tier 6 had their amount of hit points increased. Now vehicles can survive a higher amount of direct hits, and players can play for longer, as tactical mistakes won't lead to an instant trip back to garage. In general, the hit points progression from tier to tier became more gradual, so that there are no more sudden and unexplainable leaps. Increasing vehicle hit points and making systematic changes across branches demanded adapting many vehicles to their new conditions. All vehicles from Tier 1 to Tier 5 can carry more ammunition. Some vehicles now also have more shells if they use the same guns as vehicles up to Tier 5. Other balance changes were made as well. In certain cases, some particularly powerful vehicles were tamed a little. In other cases, some tanks had their characteristics improved for better balance. Despite all the parameter changes, the profitability of all vehicles stayed the same. The current settings are not set in stone though. They will be changed if the situation demands. Let's distract ourselves from balance changes and get into a festive mood. This year, World of Tanks turns 10. We will celebrate the anniversary together in August, but until then, let's recall all the brightest moments of World of Tanks history. 5 grand acts await us. Each one lasts about a month and is dedicated to 2 years of the game's life. The World of Tanks archives will gradually be unveiled, starting from the beginning of the first act. This will be a long trip down memory lane, going from the first steps of the project to the present day. The first week of each act is the time for surprises.
Time to roll out.
You can learn what surprises are in store by watching the special video on the channel or in the anniversary section on the game's website. Or better yet, go into the game and find out yourself. The 10th anniversary is a special event. We will celebrate it in a special way. Update 1.9 includes many new features, but most importantly, it kicks off a celebration for all World of Tanks players. The game's 10th anniversary is an important milestone, making it the perfect time to feel nostalgic. Study the archives, and good luck on the battlefield, Commanders.